Game. This your boy Hyphen Judge. You are tuned into the Hyphen Eagles. Yo, man, you already know. Thanks for everybody that been watching us since the regular season all the way to the one and done for the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, like it's been an interesting season. It turned out then what didn't expect it. Like, coming from 10-1, we thought we was gonna be good, and then it just went downhill. I don't know what happened with these coaches. What went through their head since 10-1 for the last 6 games. I just can't describe what happened. I don't know what they was thinking, but that's for another day. That's not for another time. We already been discussing about that. I want to get to a discussion that's been going around dealing with James Bradberry and everything. I know a lot of people been talking about it. He been getting a lot of heat, and which he should. And it's sad. We try not to be hard on him, but hey, man, like we gotta, how Philly fans is. We keep it real. Like if you producing or you're not, and that's what it is. Some it's tough love, and we call them trash because that's what it is. Sometimes you gotta just own up. That's just like when I'm playing the game, when I'm playing Madden or whatever, and I'm doing bad. Sometimes I call myself trash. I'm like, yo, man, I'm playing trash. I'm trash. Like, I don't know what's going on. So it's just real. It's just real. But I wanted to get into dealing with Howie Roseman, because I just got into a debate with somebody on IG and everything. And first, before I say anything, right now I'm at work and all that. I'm trying to make a quick video, so just gonna be a little quick discussion, and I'll be right back with another video talking about more dealing with the Philadelphia Eagles and everything. But yeah, I got in a debate because it felt like he was defending, Howie Roseman, which I get it, because I don't blame Howie all the way. I don't. I still think he's a good GM. I still think he did a good overall job dealing with who we got, who we kept, and the defense. I can't hold him for that because on our off season, it looked good. Like he picked the right players. They just need a little bit more experience and everything. Only thing I felt like he didn't do all that well, but I knew it was a desperate situation is with him trying to dealing with the trades and who he picked, picking up Kevin Byron and uh Shaquille and all these other trades that he went to go pick up through the season, the regular season. It was a desperate move. He had to get somebody because nobody wasn't. He was trying to figure out who was going to be safety and linebacker, who was going to help this defense out. He's trying to pick somebody, So I don't hold him that much, but it wasn't really so much he could do. But one thing I did not like. And one thing I did not agree with that I feel like he made a mistake, and the biggest mistake that he did was keeping James Bradberry and letting CJ Gardner-Johnson go. Now, I got to debate a lot of the people saying, CJ wanted more money, all this, and what he can do. Nobody was going to wait for him and all that. I get it. I understand that, whatever. But at the same time, you can't think with I feel like he thought with his emotions, and I think it was a little bit of prideful type decision. And just hit me out. Reason why I feel like it is because when he left and he didn't take the contract, and when he wanted more money and they offered him, I believe it was like 20 mil, something like that, around that range and everything. And he wanted more money, he didn't take it, which I understand how they feel about it. And then he tried to go and find it somewhere else, and he couldn't find no more money nowhere else. And Alliance was going to pay him, other team was going to pay him a little bit less than what he was offering here. So he tried to backtrack and come back. And I feel that when he tried to do that, they felt some type of way, like, nah, and all that. They had all opportunity to still pick him up. But I feel like they was like, nah, whatever. You should have took it the first time. And they didn't go with it. And I feel like that was the wrong move. And I had got in a debate because somebody was like, "Oh, you gotta understand, nobody ain't gonna wait, and nobody ain't gonna wait for nobody, and all that. He should have took it, and whatever that he decided and not to." And yeah, that's all well, but he's still a viable player. Like, why go with your emotions, and why go with your feelings, and not, you know what? You already humble him. He's young. He's got a lot to learn about how the NFL contracts work and everything. Like, you already humbled him when he tried to go somewhere else and he had to backtrack. You already humbled him. You already won. So why not give him another chance? Why not get a viable player another chance? All right, cool. Like, he was going to take the deal. So why not, like, you know what? All right, cool. We need you. You choose Bradberry, who's been trash, like, been trash. This is nothing new. I've been talking about this last season. Like, if you've been watching my off-season videos, you've been knowing since that move was made. I've been talking about Bradberry been trash. Like, I'm not saying he's been trash just because all of a sudden this season he's been showing. Nah, I've been saying that since last season. So, but before I continue, like, subscribe, follow the channel and everything. If you come from different platforms and all that, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you could. This is my Twitter right here. You can follow me there. Just stay tuned for more videos and everything. So, but yeah, like, he been like that. Only reason why he looked it good last year is because he had help on the top with CJ, and then we had Kyle White and Edwards, was good at tackling, that made up for him getting burnt. He only reason why he got those interceptions last year, he got those interceptions is because of that. And then plus because of the defensive line putting pressure on these quarterbacks that's forcing these passes. So of course he gonna look good because of all that. But now when he gotta put in work, he gotta be a leader, and he gotta show without having all those pieces. Look, and I saw all that. Why you think Juju was damn there killing them in the Super Bowl? He was having a hard. He was holding. He was having a hard time with Juju. Like, yo, he been trash. This is not nothing new. And I don't understand what Howie saw in him from last year to actually he got us a penalty that cost us. Like I said, you could say, yeah, it was a ticky tack call. I get it. I understand. I felt like that flag shouldn't even been thrown because it was an overthrow ball anyway, and it wasn't even enough of a hole to even throw that call. So I get it. But at the same time, like I said in my other video, he do too much of these grabbing, and these too much of these type of uh aggressive grabs, and he do too much to make these refs call or make these flags. He give the ref a reason to give flags. Him and Slade do the same thing. Give them a reason. Like, you so trash that you can defend you can defend a receiver without grabbing and holding and doing too much aggressive stuff to mess up a play and get penalties. Like I said before, some penalties is understandable. Or when you rather take a penalty than a touchdown, like I said before. But you should have to do that all the time. None of the great defenders have to put hands and touch and grab all the time for a penalty. Once in a while, okay, cool, but mostly all the time you doing that? Come on, man. Like, so he cost us. He was a part of costing us the Super Bowl, and like, you didn't see this, and you went to choose Bradberry over CJ. I've been there like that move. Oh, I would have. Okay, CJ didn't take the deal at first. Then he backtrack. He been humbled. You humbled him already. He whatever. All right, cool. All right. You made up your mind. You finally decided to come. All right, cool. That's what you do for viral players. Look at Terrell Owens. TL had an attitude problem like nothing. Attitude problem. But teams still wanted him. Why? Because he was a viable player. It took him enough of time not to fix his attitude to until teams couldn't deal with it no more. But they gave him chances. Why? Because he was a viable player. He was a good wide receiver. When you have a good viable player, you don't let him go over something so simple like that. Oh, he left. He ain't take. Okay, a lot of players want more money. He's not the first player want more money. He did good last season. Of course, he probably felt like he deserved it. So like you didn't give it to him. He felt okay. Well, I'm gonna go somewhere where I feel like I deserve more money. It didn't work out. He come back and you ain't go for him. And he's a good. He was. You what other safety you was gonna get? You what opportunity you was gonna get? You was gonna risk of getting inexperienced players to back him up. Like he was better than James Bradberry last year. How you not choose the person that was better? How you not choose the better player? I just don't understand that. I don't agree with that. That was just I don't get that decision. I never liked that decision since it started. And I just didn't and I just had to make the video because like I said, I just had got into the debate with somebody that trying to defend Howie on that. And I'm like, yo, like, no, like, ain't no defending. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I like Howie as a GM. Overall, I feel like he do a good job. It just sometimes he have those little iffy moments. Just like that Jalen Reagor type moment. He choose Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. He gets some of those moments, those bad decisions and those bad moments. He do. But overall, he's a good GM. But he have those bad moments. There's no defending in that. I'm not talking bad on him. I'm just talking real. And he had a bad moment of choosing Bradberry over CJ. And I feel like he got in his feelings and he got prideful because CJ, I ain't taking the money. Well, cool. And then he tried to go and then he tried to backtrack. And I feel like he was like, oh, well, you trying to leave. You trying to come back. Nah, we ain't with it. Which you should have. He's a viable player. You give viable players chances. You just don't let them walk like that. And I made an example tonight, and I got to get back at work. I'm going to come up with another video. Like, I made an example to try to get him to understand. I said, that's just like, what if Justin Jefferson on his first year that did phenomenal on his first years for the Vikings? And he was like, I want more money. I want more money. The Vikings tell him, nah. So he left, and he decided to try to go to another team. Surprisingly, no other team will want to offer him any more money than when he went. So he backtracked. He like, I'm gonna go back to the Vikings. Cool, I'm gonna take the deal. You think the Vikings would be so stupid to be like, oh nope, you should have took it the first time. You think they was gonna be so stupid to not let him come back? Like, come on, like, be for real. You think they will be so? Oh, well, you should have took it. It is what it is now. Like, what team does that? If they give viable players leadways, why? Because you want to build your team for a championship. You don't let good players walk. The Titans with Derrick Henry as a running back, if that is the same situation, he offer money and they don't give it to him and he want to go to another team and surprisingly that don't work out. So he like, know what? All right, cool. I'm going to come back and I'm going to take the deal. You think the Titans going to let him walk? They gonna you think they're going to be like, nah, well, you should have took it the first time. And then and not bring him back? Come on, it doesn't make no sense. It doesn't, like, it just not make no sense. Like, no matter how time you try to argue it, it doesn't make any sense. They had time, they had money, they could have still gave this guy a chance. but they choose not to. And look where we at. Now you can say, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm in it. You got people like, oh well, look at C.J. Gardner Johnson. He's injured. Oh, he's injured, whatever. Like he even play like. But at the same time, you think things don't work the same way all the time. You think I this is how I 100% believe. If he was on the Eagles, he most likely probably would have never got injured. Different teams, different schedule, different moments, different times, different opportunities. Like it because he got injured with the Lions doesn't mean he would have got injured with the Eagles. It would have been a different moment. Would have been a different scene. Would have been a different time. Things would have happened differently. So you can't say, oh, well, he's injured. Okay, cool. Yeah, he got injured on the Lions, but doesn't mean if he would have stayed with the Eagles, he would have got injured. But who know who? Well, what I know though, you know, like it just I just don't understand why he did that. But cool, he did it. We would end up with Bradberry. He was just horrible. I never in my life of watching NFL and watching my Eagles since I became a fan between 2004 and 2005. I've been a fan. No, I've been a fan since I was a kid, but I understand the NFL since 2004, 2005. That's when I start really understanding the Eagles and understanding the players. I fully start watching and starting to understand the players. But I've been a kid. I've been a fan since I was a kid. But since I've been watching since the McNabb era and the Terrell Owens and Brian Dawkins and Todd Piskins and Javon Curse and Brian Westbrook, all these phenomenal players that we had at that time, like since I've been watching it since from those glory years that I can't understand. We had a dream team and we couldn't win. Why? Because of personal issues these players was having, inconsistency. I never saw a corner play as bad. Maybe I missed some plays or something. But from my point of view, I never saw a corner play so bad as Bradberry. I'm sorry. I wish him luck. I hope something work out. I hope he get better. Like, you know, I don't wish downfall, but it is what it is, bro. You was trash. Right now, you trash. To prove it. And you know, I wish him luck. I hope something better. I hope he pick up on his A game. I don't never want to let everybody need to eat. Everybody need a career. Everybody deserve a time to get it right. I don't like to push back on that because I put myself in other people's shoes and whatever. But at the same time, at this moment, dog, you're not it. You have to figure something out because this is you cause so much. You're not the only one, but you was the major problem in the defense. Wasn't the only person on the defense, but you was the major problem on the defense. And Slade didn't help at all. So that's just what I'm saying. Like, you know, Howie, that was one of his big mistakes to me is making that decision with Bradberry and not keeping C.J. Gardner Johnson. You know, it was just I don't know where he was looking at. So, but I'm gonna tune in to another. I'm gonna come in with another video talking more. I just was a brief. I gotta get back. They probably be looking for me at my job. I had to step off and talk about it for a little bit. You know, show my face to y'all. So, but yeah, I'll be back on another one. Let me get back in here and grind. You know, because I gotta grind elsewhere. Like, you know, gotta make ends meet. So, but yo, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Tune in again. I'm gonna come up with another video with another talking more on the Eagles on the off season of what's going forward for what's happening. You know how they feeling, how the team taking after this loss and everything. So just stay tuned. Continue to like, continue to follow, continue to subscribe, and much appreciated. You know. So this your boy Hyphen Jers. Thanks for tuning in. Bird Game out.